We're not up yet, but I like to wait for us to be up. And I say the same thing every day, just waiting. I don't know. It did sound like him. Here we go. We're on. There's one person on, and I know who it is. Okay. So as we start, I just want to say that thinking of Shana and Gilad in Israel, who've been with us for over a year doing these meditations, and it's that is it. It's just so difficult to be here in the States and to know what's happening, over in Israel, and the incredible stress that they must be under. And so my heart is there. It's been there all week, and it's there today, and I hope that we can figure out some way to resolve this so that we don't have any more loss of life. And I hope that Shana and Gilad can go out into the streets and enjoy themselves at this beautiful time of the year, especially in Israel. We're continuing to talk about Malchut. So interesting, this idea of sovereignty when we think of Israel and a kingdom, and what it means to have power over another, and what people do with their power. Also, we talked a little bit yesterday about how Malchut is also what you say and what comes out of your mouth, because that has such power over others. And again, today I was reading something about the idea that what people say is, whether it's true or not is a different question, but when someone says something enough, people believe that that's what is. And so we need to be careful about what we say, because if we say something that we're not sure of, and it's accepted by someone else, then we're propagating, I wouldn't call it a lie, but a falsehood. And today we're in Netzach, Sheba Malchut, and one of the ways I've been talking about Netzach is kind of that, the impulse that we have to do things. And sometimes when there's an impulse in Malchut, an impulse in what we're saying that creates the world of what is, the impulse can kind of pull us in a certain direction that we may not be sure is the truth. Just looking to see if Shana and Gilad write in. They may not.
Yeah,
they may
good.
not. Just let me know if they do, okay?
Uh-huh.
And so that idea that the impulse takes us, there's something good about that, right? And there can be something destructive about it. So because it has the potential for both that goodness and the destruction, we're not there, it's tomorrow, but that's why Hod comes in. Because you have that Netzach that says, come on, let's do it, or let's say it. And then you have the Hod that says, wait a second, should we say that? That kind of is the way we've been thinking about Gvura also, right? And having discipline in it. That you take that second to think about it, which is also the mindfulness, right? Of noticing, wow, I really want to say this thing, or I really want to do this thing. Notice what it is that you want to do. Think about why you want to do it. And then you can kind of find that place of action or of word that is most appropriate, whatever that means. But I also wanted to talk about for our last couple of minutes here before we go silent is the idea of will and determination. And I've hoped that I've already established that I believe that everybody is a leader in some way. Everybody has someone who follows them. And yeah, I do mean even people like my dog, who sometimes follows me to the kitchen when he thinks I'm going to get him something to eat. But we all have some place where we are the leader. And we have a will and a determination to accomplish something as the leader. That will and determination is Netzach. But also to kind of keep that will and determination going, that enduring aspect of leadership, to be consistent, to, I want to say stick to your guns, but I don't mean that in the way like I'm going to stick to my guns and nobody can get me out of that. I mean like stay on it, stay focused. British might say carry on. It's like that focus on leadership that can be enduring. That, I think, is part of what it means to say Netzach Shebemalchut. Netzach Shebemalchut. Your determination, the energy towards a victory. That which is enduring, it has endurance, it has legs, and you can carry it forward, and that you have to carry it forward. There's a midrash that I love about what happens when we take a vow. And it says, you take a vow, and when you take a vow, you have all the intention in the world of keeping it, right? You have all this energy, and you're excited for it. It's kind of like when someone begins a diet, even. So you take this vow that you're going to do this thing, and you're sticking to it. One must pray for Netzach, because how long does it endure? How long does it continue? Are you able to take that vow and carry it forward even a year down the road when, why you even took it, you may not remember? That is something that's enduring, that has legs, that keeps going. And that's what we need to bring to our leadership. Our nobility or dignity, it's got to be enduring. It has to be full of our will and determination as a continuous sense and feeling. I like to think that for me personally, doing these meditations is one of those things where I wanted to lead these, and I didn't know how long I was going to do it for. It could have been a week, could have been a month, and now we're going on nearly 15 months. That to me is, that has been enduring. My will and determination have allowed me to be able to do it, right? It could have been that it waned or that it got tiring. But indeed, because it is what it is, it was actually energizing, which I think was part of the reason why I was able to kind of endure it and keep it going. But that's just one example. What do you have? What do you have in your life that you feel like you're leading the way and you're keeping up the endurance? I'm sure you have something. So with that in mind, again, I get everyone all riled up and then ask us to go quiet. But it's only so that when we come out in the end, we'll have a new way to think about all of this, or have a clearer understanding of what it really means to have Netzach Shebe Malchut, that enduring essence towards victory, the will, the determination in our sovereignty, nobility, leadership, power that we have over others. So let's get into a position where we can sit comfortably yet with energy. And we'll just breathe normal. just breathing regular and just feeling how our breath goes into our body. If you're feeling tension somewhere, you can try to release that tension through your breath. If you're having problems staying on concentrating on your breath and your thoughts take you away easily, perhaps also tapping into your heartbeat so you feel your breath, you feel your heartbeat, and you tie yourself into just being. Or just count your breaths. And by concentrating on counting, sometimes that can keep our mind from escaping. Our escape artists' minds. And if we do start thinking and solving and fixing and doing, just bring yourself back with love. No need to judge it. We knew it would happen. last 5 minutes or so, we turn to the questions that we ask. The first one's a little bit difficult with what's happening in our world, but it is regularly a very difficult spiritual proposition, and that is, may I feel joy. Reb Nachman of Bratslav says it's the hardest of all the spiritual endeavors. May I feel joy. May I feel whole as we move towards Shabbat. We ask for joy and wholeness. To take us through the weekend. May I feel joy. May I feel whole. In some ways, I could just feel those two things all the time. May I feel joy. May I feel whole. On each breath, I invite you to ask these two questions of the universe. May I feel joy. May I feel whole. May I feel joy. May I feel whole. May I feel joyous and whole. May I feel joy. May I feel whole. To invite someone to be with you, just to be in front of you in your mind's eye, and you can look at them and offer this to the person in front of you. May you feel joy. May you feel whole. May you feel joy. May you feel whole. May you feel joy. May you feel whole. So stay there for a couple more breaths. And we'll bring it back to ourselves. May I feel joy, and may I feel whole. May I feel joy, and may I feel whole. May I feel joy. Let's just have our final couple of breaths, just thinking about our breath and our bodies and being a human being. Just try to stay with your breath for just one last moment. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you were able to find stillness and peace. Our thoughts are with Shana and Gilad and all the Israelis in Israel. And I would like to say, today is the last time we're together during the Omer. We made it. Sunday night is Shavuot, and we won't be here together on Monday. We'll join up again on Tuesday. But you did it. You made it through all the spiritual dimensions, all the spiritual attributes of the Omer, except for a couple of them because we didn't do this every day of the week. But I hope that you liked going through the Omer and building ourselves up to receiving Torah on Sunday night and Monday morning. I hope may you feel joy and may you feel whole. And please continue to cultivate the Netzach inside of Malchut. Have a beautiful evening and a wonderful Shabbat.